Canaan today is not into what Kimberly is putting down. He's not. He's not. Y'all are playing games. Be serious. Be serious, Mindy. There's no romance. What's the point? Just kidding. Maybe. Yep, it's Anne, aka Antagonist. And today we're talking Sex Life of College Girls Season 2 because I want to rant and nobody will listen. So I'm going to go by each main character storyline and then, the side characters will come in as we go. But let's just get started. Okay, overall, what are my thoughts on Season 2? I enjoyed myself. I always have a good time with Sex Lives of College Girls. I like that we had 10 episodes. That being said, I don't feel like it was utilized properly. I think Season 2 had way more of a pacing problem than Season 1. Like, a lot of storylines were happening and flopping way too quick, which was like, why? You have 10 episodes. There's some stories that they could have, I don't want to say dragged out, but they could have elongated, but then they had them end. Like most relationships and most events in this season had a 2-episode arc and then it just ended. But with 10 episodes, I feel like you can afford 3-episode arcs along with the long overarching arc of the whole story. But let's just really get into each character and talk about where they went wrong. We're talking Whitney first. I'd like to say officially, fire whoever chose that lipstick color for her this season. I don't understand. I don't understand. How y'all gonna do my girl Whitney like that? It doesn't make sense. Where's the lip liner? Where's the gloss? Like, I don't know who her makeup artist is, but please melanate yourself. Melanate yourself a little bit, okay? I don't think that's acceptable. No more ashy lip colors. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. I really liked Whitney this season. I was always Team Whitney, but last season when she was messing with that coach, I was like, huh, huh. But this season, she was a little bit in her bag, and I liked it a little bit. She's not there yet, but I see the vision, and I know it's coming, and that's why I really liked Whitney this season. I really liked her biochem storyline. It was really cool to see her on off season from soccer and then her trying to figure out like what she wants to do and working hard. Like, my girl was in them books. She was in the books and I liked it. And even if you saw her costume started changing, in season 1, she was wearing a lot of tracksuits and more sporty athleisure attire, which made a lot of sense, student athlete. But in this season, because she was off season, I think they even mirrored that with her costuming. So dressing her in a lot more preppy clothing because she's on her preppy academia vibe, and I'm living for it. It's cute, Whitney. I see you, girl. Costume department, check. Hair department, always good. Makeup department, you know what you did. Now, for bio bro, I don't remember Andrew. When I saw him on my screen, I knew Mindy was gonna put him with her. I knew it. He was so annoying. But he was white, so I was like, Mindy's gonna yep, it's happening. As soon as he came on the screne, I knew. I've been walking by Miss Mindy Kaling since the beginning of her, let's say, wider career, so I know the way she moves. I know how she operates, and I knew what was gonna happen. I didn't like him. Like, I literally saw him. I saw Andrew on screen. I was like, I don't want this to happen. Like, he was giving annoying, but like, ugh. Like, Eric, season 1, with Bella, which we'll talk about in a sec, he was also giving annoying, but like in the grumpy, I actually kind of like this because Bella's annoying too. But bio bro, Andrew was giving annoying and kind of like, ew. It was just not, it's just like, get off me. Like, that's what he was giving, a different type of annoying. I know you know what I mean. And I was like, if Whitney ends up with this man, like, please no. Actually, I guess I have to address what happened with her and Canaan. So, like, yeah, see how I'm saying, like, these story arcs are literally two episodes because it's, like, episode 1 and 2 or maybe, like, 3 and 4 where they, like, their whole relationship just ends. Anyways, so, yeah, Whitney is caught sneaking on his phone because she's jealous of the old girl that he's working with, which really turns out to be nothing. Like, I really thought maybe she would have some kind of, gumption on that. But no, Canaan was like, nah, I didn't mess with her, and he didn't. So it's like, ooh, that's a bad bounce. That's a bad bounce, Whitney, but it's fine. So Canaan was like, I don't like you looking through my phone. It's kind of ghetto. So then he broke it off. And I was like, oh, that's kind of sad. It was too quick for me. Like, I kind of did side-eye Canaan. I was like, she messed up. Like, give her one chance. One more chance. But again, this is college. Also, he's an adult. He's allowed to do whatever he wants. So I'm like, I'm not mad at him at that. I just, like, I would have been like, just give it one more chance. But I was like, also, like, I don't know. I never really bought Canaan and Whitney as, like, endgame. I don't think anybody did. Like, they were never giving that. But I was hoping he'd be there a little longer because I did, like, I like him as a character. Like, we'll talk about him more later. But, so, yeah, they had the breakup and Whitney was taking it hard, which is like, my poor baby. Like, my girl, we will rise again. And then when BioBro came into the picture, I was like, this is not how we will rise, though. But I actually ultimately did like how they went with him. They made him a tool for her to be like, yeah, I am bad. I think it was to bring her confidence up, have her have a little action on the side, but he wasn't here to stay, and I like that. Whitney was like, I don't actually like him. And I was like, that's the part, like, ladies, we can learn from Whitney. She was like, I don't really like him, though. And she followed through with that. She followed through with that. And I respect it. That's why she's my girl, okay? And I was kind of living for when she broke his heart. I actually don't hate Andrew. Like, by the end, I was like, oh, he's, like, he did what he needed to do. He was honestly mostly there, in my opinion, for, like, comic relief and, like, for us to be like, oh my gosh. But he, like, made things interesting. I actually liked it. Like, he had me cackling because he was such a loser. Like, I liked it. So the storyline with Andrew did exactly what I needed it to do. So that works. That's why Whitney is on her game. That's why Whitney is on her game until episode 7, 8. So I was like, when Leighton was talking about, like, oh, I'm gonna be Kappa Kappa new whatever, and Whitney was like, oh, because she wanted to live with Leighton, because, you know, her and Leighton, I mean, Leighton and Kimberly's relationship, probably one of the best friendships, like, on the show, but I also think Leighton and Whitney be, like, also friendship goals. And I was like, I would love if they did, like, a roommate swap for next season. And I was looking at that because I was like, ain't no way Leighton's going to live with these Kappa Kappa new girls. Like, I knew it wasn't going to happen. I knew she would get herself out of it somehow. But then, Whitney, you got betrayed by one white girl, so you decide that you want to live with 20 others? Please, be serious. Be serious. If she's in there for more than 2 or 3 episodes the next season, I'm throwing a fit. I'm throwing a fit because it does not make sense. It does not make sense. It does not look good. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want Whitney whipping her hair back and forth, doing that. No. Girl, no. You know better than that. You know better than that. And we will get on to the betrayal when I get to Kimberly's part, but right now we're moving on to Bella. Bella. I would say Bella is one of the only characters this season that had, like, a full arc from beginning to end. Like, it was giving episode 1 to 10 an actual character arc that was happening. Whitney, I would say her character arc started, like, 4 episodes in with the whole science stuff. But Miss Bella was giving episode 1 and to episode 10. And what was the arc? It was a villain arc. She is the villain. Bella was falling from grace. That was the whole thing. It was giving, I'm the problem. It's me. It's me. Bella. The amount of stupid decisions you made this season does not make me hate you because it's giving drama. You know, I will never, you will never catch me hating a character because they're giving drama. If it's good drama, I will watch it. I'll get mad, but I will not hate the character because they're giving drama, okay? They're giving what needs to be gave, and Bella did do that. Now, did I want to pull my hair out at all of her actions? Absolutely, yes. But that's not hatred, you know? It's just like frustration. But I'm still watching, still tuning in. Bella, you could have been real cute with Eric. But I should have known that when they started hooking up in episode, it was like episode 1 or 2, I was like, oh, this is doomed. Ain't no way Bella starts with a man in this season and finishes with him. Like, without. I mean, I have my theories. I don't think her and Eric are completely off the table. I do think there's a chance that he comes back. I think it's slim. I think it's slim chances. But I think I wouldn't be like shocked, flabbergasted if he came back in season like 4 or something once Bella has redeemed herself and is no longer in her villain era. Well, I mean, her villain era is done. Like, clearly, we saw by the end. But I think, you know, season 3, it's going to give Anita Find Myself improve. And I wouldn't be surprised if Eric did come back. I don't think they'll get back together, but I don't know. I don't know. Something is telling me the man is not gone. The man is not out of our hair yet. Even though he would have every right to be, because Bella, what you did to him was dirty. Dirty. How you make him break up with that girl that you were mean to be with you. Well, it wasn't, they weren't together, but whatever. And you're like, yeah, I want to be together. And then you cheat on him with this comedian kid, guy, man. And then you want to play the victim? You want to be like, wow, look at him yelling at a woman like that. You're the problem. You are, like, Bella has become the misogyny that she was victim to. Ain't that interesting? And that's not even like a, ooh, look at Bella, like, bam, 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 let's shoot her down because of her internalized misogyny. No. This is just to show everybody that you too can be just like this. You can be a victim of misogyny, but also actively participate it and perpetuate in it. Look at it. Look at that. I'm giving y'all lessons. And it's good. It's good. That's why I'm saying I don't hate Bella, because I see she went through it in season 1 with the essay. And I think this is where the aftermath is really showing that even though she was a victim of real messed up stuff, she can also perpetuate somewhat, obviously not to the same extent, but to some extent, some of the toxicity that comes with all that. And I think that's what they're showing us. And Bella needs therapy. That's really, really kind of it. She needs some hardcore therapy. She needs to go now. She needs it immediately. Yeah. The only thing I would actually like get on her for like being really bad about was when her friend Priya came to visit. Is her name Priya? I really hope it's Priya. I'm so sorry if I am wrong. When her friend Priya came to visit and she was treating her like dirt, that was nasty. That was just nasty. That was messed up. And I'm glad you apologized, because that was nasty. There was no excuses for that. Just nasty. But everything else, Bella, I see. Like, also with the, like, even when Eric was talking to the comedian and he, like, introduced himself and he's, like, pitching himself and he's like, oh, yeah, like, give me your documents, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, yo, I did think that was a little dirty. Like, I think he could have, I don't know. It's kind of conflicting. Like, I understand, because I actually believe when he said that, you would do the same, which is true. Bella would definitely do what Eric did. But does that make it right? Because if we're going by Bella's moral compass, that's not necessarily the right thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would also feel some type of way if my man was pitching his whole thing when I was working on my assistant thing. Like, it's different if I literally have, like, I don't know. Bella worked really hard to get to that internship, like, assistant thing. And she was trying to massage that connection, like, do a little networking, do a little thing. And then Eric comes in with his, you know, I get the frustration. I get Bella's frustration. The way she went about it was insane. Like, what Eric did, kind of snake. What she did, 1,000% snake. There's nothing to argue about that. And also, my thing is, like, why is this what I'm actually mad about? Honestly, yes, Gia and Eric messed up. But what I'm actually mad about is that I think you've ruined your chances with that comedian guy. Like, he was ready. He literally said on stage that you gave a joke or something and that it was funny and whatever. So you had like the respect. And if you had taken the time to do that package thing or whatever, even if it sucked, I think he would look at you with some sort of respect. Like, you would have that foot in the door. Like, a positive impression is really good. By sleeping with him, what kind of impression are you giving him now? Like, now it's going to cloud his judgment on everything else that you had already started accomplishing. Like, I just, ugh, no. And like, when Leighton said, make him remember you, she meant with the comedy, not with that. Like, now he's just gonna, he's actually not even gonna really remember you. He's gonna be like, yeah, that's some chick I hooked up with at a college. Like, Bella, for your career, I was upset. For your career. How are you gonna get the bag if you, like, no. I didn't like it. I was upset with her for that. I was really upset. And it was like more, I was disappointed. Like, I was like, girl, I want you to win, and that is not how you win. I mean, I know some people sleep their way to the top, but I just feel like that is not your ministry, my friend. It's not. It's not. And like what she did, betraying them girls at the magazine, yeah, that was cold. I also feel like it's really weird that, I'm so sorry, I forget the character's name. I'll put her picture on the screen. I feel like they really downplayed her experience because she was part of the Catalan. So I don't understand why she's not also funny. Like, the way Bella's talking is like everyone at the magazine is a bunch of dummies. They don't know what they're doing. And I swear this girl was definitely on the Catalan. Maybe the other girl too. I'm not exactly sure. So I don't get why they've been so downplayed as characters in general. It's not really making sense to me. Like, I don't get how Bella has suddenly become the leader when she has like no experience. She's like a first year. The other girls have experience when it comes to making magazines. And I understand Bella's eagerness to want to be like great immediately, like the Catalan. Like, I understand her impatience, but like the way the season played out is as if she was the only funny one and like the other two girls were giving nothing. Even though they were able to make it on the Catalan, like that implies that they have a certain set of skills. So I found it super weird that they were just like, they were giving doormats. They were giving placeholders. I didn't get that. So I don't know what my point with that, bringing that up is, but it's just like, I just found that a little weird with the magazine. Them kicking her out though made sense. Their point about like, we made our new women's magazine to avoid the type of toxicity and abuse and just like terrible behavior that was done over there, and that same toxicity is what you're perpetuating. Like, what she did to that little girl was messed up. Like, oh, you should quit. You could never catch me saying that about anybody. Even if I think their work is bad, when it comes to art, it's so subjective. So to just completely be like, this isn't for you as a concept, and say this genre, this entire comedy, as vast as it is, as big as it is, this is not for you, is insane to say. And Bella, you look silly saying it. You looked silly. Hilarious. Like, not funny, ha ha, funny, weird. I always commend Sex Life of College Girls for this, for being pretty realistic to the college experience, somewhat, you know, pretty, like, on the scale of things that are realistic and not, it's like close. Bella's conclusion to wanting to transfer because of all of the stuff she had messed up was so accurate and so true. I think that happens a lot. Like, students in their first year, if things aren't going the way they wanted, if they're having a lot of hardship, usually that's when they transfer, drop out. Like, that is completely realistic. That after everything that's happened, Bella would feel like transferring would be the only answer. I think that's literally one of the experiences that we don't talk about enough, about how many students resort to different ways, because it's so different than, you know, high school. Obviously, you know, people do change and stuff, but I feel like in college, because you're really putting in your own money and dime, or your parents or whoever's supporting you, and because the stakes are so high financially when it comes to college, people are willing and will do a lot more drastic things to get to build the life that they want. And if they feel like the life that they want is not being exemplified, especially the way that people glamorize college. They tell you that it's like the best thing. You're gonna have the best friends. You're gonna be that girl. You're gonna know who you wanted to be this whole time. And like that's not even true at all. There's so many growing pains, so many crazy things that happen. I think her even buying into that a little bit and realizing something about herself that she might not have known. I feel like living at home, especially with if you grew up with the same people, your habits have just become, people just think that's how you are. But when you go to college, you meet people different walks of life, different cultures, different upbringings, and I think it really exacerbates like how your flaws, like how you are as a character and who you really are. I think you learn so much about yourself in college, and I think Bella has learned something that she doesn't like about herself. And she's, like I said again, let's not forget what she went through in season 1. She went through it, and I think that that's also part of it. Like, she's learning the flaws that she has, but also she experienced a traumatic event, and together, like those two things together are just not clicking, and she's feeling like, you know what, maybe my problem is Essex. Obviously, I want her to stay. She is gonna stay. Like, I have no doubts that she's going to figure it out. I think, I also think her whole I want to leave thing is gonna be like a 2-episode or 3-episode arc. So I'm excited to see how like that works out. But she's not leaving Essex. It's not happening. Like, Bella needs to be on the show, so she's safe. But I'm excited to see like how that works exactly. I'd like to see her maybe like go home over like maybe a break or something. We see her at home or just not living on campus yet, and then she's telling the girls that I'm thinking of transferring, and maybe they have to go like get her or convince her. That would be sweet. I would like that. I think season 3 will start with like the first 3 episodes of trying to get the gang back together, as in Bella's trying to move out, transfer, and Whitney's over there shaking her hair at the sorority. So I think that's gonna be the big arc during those first few episodes. And if you hear me clearly, I do not want it to last more than those 2 or 3 episodes, because then I'll get tired. I want my girls back together. Alright? On to Leighton. Leighton. She's really climbing up the ranks. Season 1, I didn't really like her in the first few episodes because, that was she was kind of snobby and pretentious and rude, which was the point. But she quickly became one of my favorite characters. Like, her coming out to Kimberly is forever my favorite scene in season 1, and I bawled my eyes out. It was so sweet, and I really liked it. Yeah, so Leighton in this season, I was excited. Leighton in her promiscuous era was wild, though. Wild. Not her giving somebody chlamydia and then gaslighting her about it. That was a messed up, crazy. Like, Leighton, that was crazy. But it was so funny. It was so entertaining. But crazy. You crazy. And now, Leighton's out to the school, which was very cool. And I guess the next step was in that journey was, her, other than the promiscuous era, was coming out to her parents. And I liked that episode. I thought it was, obviously that's not my experience, so I can't talk too much about it, but I really enjoyed her and her dad talking about it. I also, surprisingly, Leighton's mom was kind of killing it this season. She was only in 2 episodes, or maybe even 1, but I really liked her. She was funny, she was giving, which is I swear she's a completely different character than she was last season, probably because Nico's not around, so she's not thirsting after him. But I thought she was funny. I really liked her. Why was Leighton's mom really giving? Okay, I see you. Her whole plot line with Tatum, that was super funny and entertaining, the chase part. But when it got to the actual relationship, I was bored. I cannot lie. I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. Her trying to impress Tatum, hilarious, funny, really liked it. Once they actually got together, I was like, ah. But then, me being bored by Tatum, y'all thought the right solution was to bring back Alicia? I don't hate Alicia. She's fine. She's fine. Alicia is your best friend's boyfriend. It's you like him because your friend likes him, but it's as a person, I could do with or without. Like, I'm not. Like, I do not want to hang out with you one-on-one. That's what Alicia's giving. Leighton is my girl, so like, and she really likes Alicia. She really does. Like, that smile she gave when they finally got back together was sweet. So I'm like, oh, okay, like, if you like her, like, it's fine with me. But like, am I gonna third wheel with y'all? No, I'm not coming. You know what? Alicia, that's fine. I think it's also be cool to see her in her, like, because before she was still closeted when they were together, so that was a different vibe. So maybe now that that's not an issue, we can see how their relationship progresses in a different way. Still not convinced, still not endgame for me, but if Leighton's happy, I'm happy. And I think that's what matters most. This is going to be the most ranty part of the video because we're going to talk about Kimberly. Kimberly. I really liked her in season 1. She was a bit much, but I liked her. It was giving fun. I didn't have any problems. I was into it. But this season, what happened? Like, y'all are trying way too hard to make Kimberly the main character, but you're not really giving her any conflict. Have you noticed that? Every single character that I've talked about so far, Whitney, had her whole science thing-ish. She had her breakup with Canaan. That was some serious, stuff, conflict. She has to, be within herself. She even had that little, like, small arc with the professor's assistant who mixed her up with the other black girl. And it was like, ugh, ox, but totally realistic at a PWI. Then we had Bella, who was, like I said, in her villain era. She was doing her thing. Then we have Leighton discovering herself now that she's outing herself to her parents, realizing what kind of person she wants to be. And also, she's come a long way from, oh, I don't want to be that kind of gay person, to like, yeah, I'm gonna actually work at the women's shelter. I do not want to be the chair of the sorority or whatever that is. What has Kimberly learned? What has Kimberly learned? What was the point of all her storylines? First, we got Jackson. Jackson is a fine man. Why does everything he say sound seductive? Every time he talk, I'd be like, whoa. And that buzz cut was working for me. Okay, her conflict is getting that man, bagging him. And she did it quite easily, actually. It was pretty quick. And he was so sweet to her the entire time. Like, he is such a good guy. He's so sweet. So sweet. And then they tried to bring this little conflict of her being like, oh, I'm not so sure that we're compatible or whatever because they're so different. But he's like, I like that. And that was it. And I was like, okay, things are running smoothly. This is kind of cute. Like, I thought the conflict would be that Jackson needs to go back to Kansas. Is that where he's from? Whatever. Back to Kansas because the tornado didn't really mess up. Like, I don't know, they built the thing back up. I don't know. I thought that would be the conflict. But then, no, they brought the foolishness that was the last episode. Which made me think, again, what was the point of Jackson then? Why would you make him a great character, make him super sweet, show us how him and Kimberly, like, actually get along, only to have her dump him in the last 2 seconds of an episode and then not address it after that? What is that? What is that? And also, I don't even have a problem with her dumping him, but y'all didn't even use it properly. Y'all didn't even make it juicy. Like, if Kimberly was gonna betray Whitney, have her betray Jackson too as well. Make her still with Jackson, but conflicted about her little feelings with Canaan, and then she kisses Canaan, and then she's like, dang, I just messed up with Jackson, who's like a super great guy, and I betrayed my friend Whitney. Make the drama juicy. Don't just give me like episodes on episodes of Jackson. Have him dumped in 2 seconds in the 7th episode, I think, or 8th episode, or 9th. I don't even know. Like, literally, like, very much towards the end, and then just don't address it. Who are we kidding? What? Like, even Nico, got a few episodes to be like, yeah, you can take my, you know, you can go in the drawer, my bad, like I really messed up. Like something like that. Like even, there was no denouement for Jackson. What was that? Y'all made him a whole character for the whole season and you're like, well, he gone now. He gone. Also, her and Canaan, I'm calling that unrealistic. Unrealistic. No, no. Y'all not about to convince me. I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced. No. 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 If we're going off of Kimberly's track record, yeah, sure. Like she's managed to bag some of the most handsome looking men. So Canaan seems like not that far fetched. But based off actual characters and what I've seen with my eyes, I don't buy it. Canaan is not into Kimberly. He is not. Not only is she, sorry, not his type, I do not think she's his type physically, but even aside from that, personality-wise, she is not his type. I'm sorry. The way Layla was preaching is exactly how it felt. He sees you as a teacher, facts, and not even like the hot, kindergarten teacher that you have a crush on. No, like his second grade teacher that taught him how to read. Like that is the chemistry that I see between Kimberly and Canaan, specifically from Canaan's side, because he don't like that girl. And he went from chilling with Whitney to breaking it off because of trust issues, and then now all of a sudden Kimberly is cool. Where did we miss the plot? There's a gap here to show us where Canaan started being, like, Kimberly having a crush on Canaan, I totally buy it. I saw that coming from season 1. I knew she would have a crush on him. It was only a matter of time. But Canaan being into her, I was like, oh, I was going to need more convincing, 1. And 2, I was like, ain't no way it's happening by season 2. I thought that would be a long arc. I thought Kimberly would realize her crush and end off the season being like, what am I going to do? Panicked and afraid. That's what I thought she would be. Not, ooh, let me go make a move and then have him respond. Please, please, please. No. Kimberly has pulled mans. So Canaan would seem easy, but that's the problem. Guys come way too easily to Kimberly. Way too easily. And I thought with this Canaan crush, it would finally be the part where she's finally struggling. Like I thought with Canaan, I actually thought that would be the whole point, that she's able to pull like hot guys like Nick and hot guys like Jackson, but when it came to Canaan, the guy that she like actually started developing feelings for, she would not be able to get him. And I thought that would be the whole point, because that would be realistic. But no, she catches this man instantly. How does that make sense? Not only how does that make sense narratively, how does that make sense based on what we've seen, based on the characters that we've seen, based narratively, and based for drama? It doesn't make any sense. I thought Canaan would be the one not receptive to her charms because he doesn't like her. He does not like her. He doesn't. Not like that. I don't buy it. No. Y'all didn't set that up. I'm not even saying it's impossible that he could fall for her charms, but definitely not now. Canaan today is not into Kimberly. Canaan today is not into what Kimberly is putting down. He's not. Y'all are playing games. Be serious. Be serious, Mindy. Overall, what I'm saying is I am team give Kimberly a struggle, because she has none. She had problems with the money, then she gave her eggs. That ended in 2 episodes, okay? Which I thought it would be a huge problem because, that's a lot of money. But no, over. Then she wants to, she's like, oh no, Jackson only sees me as a friend. And then by episode 4, he's like, nah, you're hot. And she's like, oh. And then she gets sick or something. And she's like, oh no, I'm going to be sick zoned or whatever it's called. And that immediately ends. He's like, nah, you can still get it. And she got it. And then now she has a crush on Canaan. And then she's like, ooh, let me just dump Jackson. Gone. And let me go get with him. And he's going to like me too. Gone. Where are the problems? Where's the conflict? Where's the struggle? Because I'm not seeing it. If the narrative y'all are trying to give is that straight white women have it easy, you've succeeded. I'm not seeing the vision. Y'all have lost the plot there. You can recover. I don't know how you can recover, but it's not giving. It's not giving. It's not giving. And what you did to Whitney now, that's messed up, my girl. How you gonna lie to her face too? That is not okay. Whitney is better than me. She is better than me. Let's just address a few side characters. Layla, perfection every time. Layla, you are a star. You are a queen. You never disappoint. Usually, I can predict lines that people say. Layla, I can never. I will never know what she's about to say. Like, I have an idea, you know, but the girl impresses me every time. And you got it, queen. No notes. No notes. Canaan, I will just say, I really like his actor. I think he's really natural in his scenes. Like, he's usually around really eccentric characters, and he has to play, like, the straight man. And he does it really well. Like, he's very natural with his tone. I actually believe him. Like, to me, he's, like, one of the more realistic characters. Like, I'm like, oh, yeah, like, this is a person. Like, I don't know. And that's why I know how he would act, and that whole thing with Kimberly, not real. So, like, I thought when she was confronting him about lying, about asking old girl, I really thought it was so that she wouldn't take it the wrong way. I honestly think that's why Canaan said that he asked old girl, because he didn't want Kimberly to take it any type of way, which she did, though. She fully did. Not Canaan being the founder of the cure of Alzheimer's, and you want to take it as a sign that it's about you. I just don't believe it. I don't. I'm sorry. I don't. I'm so sorry. Season 3, I'm looking forward to Whitney killing it still. Y'all did good with her in season 2. Continue with that path. Don't mess up her arc. Don't fumble the bag. I want Whitney. I don't need it to be in season 3, but I want Whitney to get the man she deserves. Canaan wasn't even that guy. Like, he's a really good guy, but I want Whitney to have a man who is dying for her, who is screaming, crying, throwing up every time she's in the room because he loves her so much. I think she deserves that. And yeah, you deserve better, Whitney, and I want you to find that guy, and I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. I want him to be introduced in season 3, because I would love a slow burn for my girl. That would be peak. So I'm ready for that to happen. Definitely ready for that to happen. I also want her to be in her biochem bag. I want to see that internship. I want to see it all. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready for second year. I'm actually like really excited because second year is a whole new vibe, and I'm ready for it. Bella, she's gonna be on her self betterment journey, and I'm here for it. I also want her to concentrate more on the comedy, like seriously, in a serious manner, not in the goofy way she's been doing it. I want her to be on her comedy bag, like whether that is doing like a bit of stand-up at school or something, putting herself out there in a more, serious way, in that, if that makes sense, rather than the way she's been, again, the goofy ways she's been putting herself out there. Also, therapy. I need therapy. Therapy first. You're staying at Essex, you're getting therapy, and then get back in that comedy bag. Leighton. No notes. Leighton, you keep doing yourself. Alicia, okay. But I want Leighton to also, with her math, I like that. I like that she's smart. I love that Leighton is smart. It's like one of my favorite things about her. I love it. I love it. I want more of it. I want her to get all the awards. I want to see Leighton stunting with the mathletes. I want to see it. I want her to join the team. Why are my two favorites, Whitney and Leighton, on their academic bag? Like, maybe that's why I'm into it. And because I love an academic. I do. I love a scholar. Like I said, I'm team give Kimberly a struggle. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Definitely man struggles. I'm not going to believe it if Canaan and her start dating. I'm not going to believe it. I think her struggle should be that he don't have feelings for her like that. Maybe. I don't even... No, I don't know. I just give her a struggle. Give her a hard time. And I don't want her struggle to just be Whitney being mad at her. I need her to actually go through something. So, yeah, I'm not into what they've been doing with her so far. So, fix it. Fix it. I have faith. Just fix it. All right, guys. Thanks for watching this video. Hope you had a good time. Comment down below what you guys thought about season 2 of Sex Life of College Girls, what your predictions are for season 3, what you want to see. If you agree with me, if you disagree with me, that's cool. Just let me know down in the comments below, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye! Darling.